Good evening, travelers. Zenonaki here to explain something about the channel. For my channel, I place a heavy emphasis on delivering content in a tasteful and informative manner. However, the very nature of the paranormal sometimes makes this difficult. I feel one of the most important things on my channel is to accurately and faithfully represent monsters or the themes they represent. And while some monsters just can't be talked about without discussing some topics or themes that might make some viewers uncomfortable. That's why ever since the beginning of my series Crypto Xing, I've employed my own grading system for episodes, something I call the RFGS system. Observant viewers may have noticed these symbols either printed on the thumbnails or displayed in the disclaimers for certain episodes. So allow me to explain what these symbols mean more in depth. These symbols stand for religion, fiction, gore, and sex. The top grades are made for clarifying what may or may not be real. When dealing with the paranormal, nothing is proven to exist, so for all intents and purposes, a skeptic would consider all of the discussed materials to be fantasy. However, if the monsters in question are part of a mythology or religion, then those who hold those beliefs may regard them as real. Now, the last thing I want is to poke fun at faith by dismissing such beings or creatures as fantasy. Likewise, I don't want to assert them as being real. To reiterate, the goal of Crypto Xing is not to prove or disprove the existence of anything, or affect your beliefs. The goal is to speculate hypothetical scenarios about the discussed monsters. Similarly, I find it necessary to point out when something is explicitly a work of fiction, to further clarify that I'm not trying to pass them off as real, nor should their inclusion imply everything else is fictional too. Now for the bottom grades, which display the content of the episodes themselves. It would be very easy for me to revel in the exploitive nature of these topics, but my aim is to instead handle them maturely and tastefully. I'm not going to put any sort of age restriction on my videos, but I'll at least put a heads up for what kind of content you'll find in the episode. Some monsters will require me to discuss certain levels of violence or go into graphic details. Discussions of strong violence, gore, and similarly morbid topics usually warrant this grade. On the other side of the spectrum, some monsters will require me to discuss themes of sexual nature. Sexual themes, pregnancy and birth, bathroom subjects, and even intercourse, consensual or otherwise. I'm not going to police what you guys can and can't watch. Likewise, I won't limit the discussion of such topics when they're prominent aspects of certain monsters. So, that's the RFGS system. If you guys have any questions or comments about it, then please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be happy to explain further if need be. Until next time, this has been Zenonaki, and I'll be seeing you all very soon.